Hello and welcome. So Laura Weigel here with the Will Twelve Jewelry, Holistic RX Remedies, and I wanted to specifically talk to you today about Mercury and retrograde. And I kind of realized today actually that how mainstream that little hot topic is, Mercury and retrograde, when I saw an ad on Facebook from Travelocity is something about how to travel effectively during Mercury retrograde. And I was like, wow, this is not just a topic anymore for the crystal lovers or energy workers or people, astrologers, right? The seekers. It's kind of a little bit more mainstream. And then to back up, I normally send out an email, and it goes out normally every Wednesday or Thursday. And my entire site went down, and I had a topic in mind. I've been doing manifesting with crystals. And so that was what this, topic was going to be about, was manifesting peace, I believe it was, with crystals. And anyway, none of that worked out. And I was thinking, okay, so Mercury went into retrograde. So Mercury is a ruling planet of communication, and it really affects how we communicate with each other. It also really affects technology, which is our connection and how we communicate in this modern day and age. So I found that kind of ironic, and I thought, okay, so this is actually a perfect time to take everything that we've learned, everything, and I say we like as a collective, these spiritual practices, right? And really put them into place, right? Practicing some patience, or about finding an alternate way, or, okay, everything happens for a reason. That blog post just isn't supposed to go out today. Not only did my blog post not go out, my entire site was down. So I sat with that for a minute, and instead of calling tech support, being frantic about the whole thing, which I normally would have done before in the past, is, kind of feeling those feelings of anxiety. I sat with it, closed my eyes, did some breathing, and I specifically grabbed my crystals, the Amazonite and the black tourmaline. Okay, so Amazonite is really for like clearing electromagnetic smog, and it's calming as well. And another reason I really love Amazonite is it helps to connect the heart and the throat chakra together. So it's about speaking from your heart and having loving communication. And when we're talking about our throat chakra as well, we're also talking about listening, right? So just listening to spirit, listening to my higher self on, let's just problem solve instead. So that happened. It gave me a great chance to practice, because we can learn many, many things, but we don't really internalize it until we put it into practice, right? And it gave me an opportunity to talk about Mercury retrograde, because for some reason I actually, I don't know why. I know a lot of people think it's strange, but I actually kind of like it. It could be possibly because I'm a Virgo and the ruling planet for Virgos is Mercury. But if you really dive in deep to the meanings of Mercury retrograde, it's really about reflecting, redoing, and just taking that time to go within, right? It's not about creating new projects. That's why they say, don't sign contracts, don't sign something new. But it's really about the time to go backwards with our communication specifically. And I think that that's necessary, It's kind of like that saying that when you're in a dark time, but we wouldn't really know light if we didn't know dark, right? So we wouldn't really know truly effective communication if we didn't know what disastrous communication looked like, or things falling apart. And a lot of times they're falling apart for a reason. And in my life, I've chosen to take on that belief system because it's just helped me to move forward with a better attitude. So that being said, I have 4 crystal recommendations for this Mercury retrograde. I wrote a blog post about it as well, which I'll leave the link below. And to start, fluorite is one. Is this not gorgeous? This is like a rainbow fluorite. Fluorite comes in hundreds of different colors. Specifically for Mercury retrograde, I recommend more of like the purpley crown chakra type of fluorites. The reason being is because it really helps us with decision making, and it activates the crown chakra. It helps connect us to source and to listen to the source for our decision making rather than knee-jerk reactions. It really helps us to make decisions from a higher place. And a lot of times, with Mercury retrograde ruling communication and the mind and the thinking, we can get kind of jumbled and cluttery up there. So this helps to keep us more clear. Great stone to meditate with, to sleep with. I love this stone for Mercury retrograde. And then, of course, the Amazonite, as I was just explaining to you, there's a little hair stuck to it. Amazonite, really effectively communicating from our heart so that it doesn't get all jumbled and clearing out that electromagnetic smog. It's just a great crystal, I think, to wear during that time, especially during that time. And then one that I've not mentioned that I think is really nice is this blue lace agate. Here's it in a stone piece. I sell the blue lace agate in the small stones in my chakra sets. I think it's a really nice, just calming, cooling stone. It's really nice to lay right on your throat center. As you can see here, I wear a nice aquamarine, which brings me into my next recommendation. And this is also a throat chakra stone. It's a little bit different in meaning with the blue lace agate because it's more about finding that courage to speak. A lot of times, especially I found with women, and I work more with women, is that we get stuck with our voice. We overthink things, especially during Mercury retrograde. Should I say that? Could I say it this way? And I think the reason we overthink so much what to say is because then we're looking, possibly even subconsciously, for a reason to not say anything at all because it's easier. Okay, so I think that Mercury retrograde is a time to reflect on what we're going to say and to really say it in an effective way and to find our voice to say it. Here's some beautiful aquamarine in bracelet pieces as well. I love to wear aquamarine. It's just super calming. And then lastly, I mentioned this one in the beginning, is the black tourmaline. Super protective stone. I keep one by my laptop. I keep one by my TV as well because it also helps to clear that electromagnetic smog. It helps to protect us from it. And it keeps us really grounded in the moment. So during this time, like I was talking about with the fluorite, we find ourselves very much in our headspace and overthinking. The black tourmaline, it's really even heavy too when you feel it's a heavier stone, but it really helps to ground you in this moment. And sometimes when we're thinking protection, we're always thinking that you need protection from an outside source. Sometimes the protection is from ourself. It's from our own debilitating thoughts. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to be updated with my other videos, just hit the little bell and you'll get a reminder every time that I send out a video. And Mercury retrograde ends November 20th, right before Thanksgiving. So I would actually be very interested to see if you've used any of these crystals or how this Mercury retrograde's been affecting you, because I find it, as I was saying beforehand, a really nice yet challenging time to reflect and to go within. Namaste.